Hey, how you doing? It's Mike, that Crohn's guy. Today, I think I'm gonna do kind of like a fall special. Thinking of you, Jeremy, Max, and Max, how I should do a kind of a special. And so this fall special, it has to do with me thinking about cutting, getting more shred, getting more ripped. Right now I'm about 210 pounds. I want to get down to 205, 200 in about 2 to 3 weeks. And so today's lesson, we're going to go through the science and how to do that. I was last night watching a bunch of videos, people making all these claims and just going, raw, raw. Yeah, that's nice, but you don't really explain to people why this works. So let's do this. Let's get started. First off, let's start with a little bit of science. First law of thermodynamics states energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So in other words, if you want energy, or in this case, fat, because your body fat is just stored energy, to go away magically, you have to lose it. You can't just take some magic pill and then all of a sudden it just magically goes away. No, you're going to have to burn or be in a deficit of 3,500 calories. Let me repeat that. So a pound of body weight in terms of energy is 3,500 calories. So you're going to have to figure out a way to kind of get down 3,500 calories. If you want to do that through running, that would take you, well, according to the American Council on Exercise, a 120-pound person that when running burns about 11.4 calories per minute. That would take about 307 minutes or 5 hours of running. So you could run for 5 hours and then, burn a pound. Or, I just want to do crunches. You could do crunches. I went to livestrong.com and I was reading an article where they talked about an average person burns maybe about 4 calories. So for 145 pound it was for a 145 pound person. So at that rate, if you did 20 per minute, 20 steps per minute, it would take you 875 minutes or like 14 and a half hours, which is 17,500 sit-ups, roughly. That's a lot of sit-ups, and I don't have that kind of time to do that. So how can we get that deficit of 3,500 calories so we can lose a pound? That Crohn's guy, you're talking about diet. Diet is a magic cure to lose weight, or in your case, to get shredded. Yes, it really will play a huge part because you can control what goes in to your mouth. Let me repeat, you are in control. Now, the fun part. Let's talk about what I'm going to end up consuming for these next 2 to 3 weeks. So again, I have my goal where I'm like 210 pounds. I want to get down to about 200 pounds. I want to get leaner. So for me, what works for me is to do a little bit of a lower carb diet. I'm going to spend 6 days a week eating a lot of meats and veggies and occasionally some nuts. And then on Saturdays, I'm going to be a little bit more relaxed. I'm going to eat a little bit of carbs. I'm going to maybe drink a little bit of alcohol. But that's the only day of the week. All the other days, I'm going to be very strict about what I consume, and I am in control of that. What am I going to consume during those 6 days of the week? Meat, lots of meat, like chicken and pork. I know a lot of people who are very conscientious and like eat nothing but chicken breasts and broccoli, chicken breasts and broccoli, chicken breasts and broccoli. That's fine and all. If you have that willpower, go right ahead and do it. For me personally, I could be strict about it, but I don't think I could go 3 weeks of it. Maybe I could. If I was paid $10 million or $5 million to be in a movie, oh yeah, I'll do that all day long. But for me right now, with my schedule for work and working out, I will eat chicken and pork. to go along with my meat that I'm going to be eating, there will be several vegetables that I will consume. I will consume zucchini. I will also be consuming peppers. I will also be consuming asparagus. I'll also consume some of these yam noodles. What I like about them is they're very low in carb. So maybe I'm like craving like some kind of like pasta and sauce. So as you will see, I'll take a picture and I'll include it. That this has 5 grams of carbs for one serving, basically the whole pack. And the whole pack in total says 0 calories. So that's awesome. I'll sprinkle in a tiny bit, maybe 2 teaspoons of tomato sauce. And that sauce would be sufficient to keep my calories low, but also give it some flavor. All right, this part, I'm going to talk about kind of what I eat and drink throughout the day to kind of help me get to where I'm going to need to go. So when I wake up, like 5:45-ish, I'm going to drink between 8 and 12 glasses, between 8 and 12 ounces of water. So I'll drink that water. I'll go work out. I have a water bottle with me. I'll try to drink that water bottle close to it. So I'll drink, the water bottle is 24 ounces. So I'll try to drink that 24 ounces while I'm working out and slightly after I work out. If I don't drink it all, it's not a big deal. I'll fill it up though with water when I'm done. At about 11 a.m., I will eat my first meal of the day. I'll have 3 hard-boiled eggs. So each egg has about 70 calories. So 3 times 70. So that little meal, that snack, has about 210 calories, 15 grams of fat, and 18 grams of protein. Reason why I like eggs, yeah, they do have a little bit of fat in them, but it's a complete protein. So your body can synthesize a lot of the amino acids it needs. The complete protein, though, there are 9 amino acids that your body cannot synthesize, they cannot make. And so they're the 9 essential amino acids. An egg and your meats are great sources of those amino acids. So it's also high in selenium and phosphorus. I will not eat again until I get home from work. I have only 180 calories from when I wake up until about 4 or 5 o'clock when I start making my dinner. For dinner, I will make about 1 and 1.25 pounds of chicken or pork. Stats wise, 1 pound of pork has 1,085 calories, so we'll just say roughly 1,100 calories. 62 grams of fat, 0 grams of carbs, and 123 grams of protein. So why chicken? Again, it's a complete protein. It's high, of course, in protein. I need a lot for all my working out. As B12, you need B12 to make red blood cells. Your body is very hard for you to get B12 unless you're eating some kind of animal source. So if you're a vegetarian or vegan, you really struggle to get B12. So you may have to supplement if you do that. Chicken also is high in zinc and iron. So along with the chicken that I'm making, so I might throw it in a pan. I'll fry it up along with some salt, some pepper. Maybe I'll throw in a hot pepper or some garlic. But anyways, the veggies that I'll throw in with it, 1 or 2 in this case, zucchini. I'll probably throw in 2 zucchini. I like zucchini. I love the taste of it. It cooks really well with a lot of meats if I'm frying it up. Zucchini is high in vitamin A, manganese, vitamin C. To get away that scurvy. But anyways, the zucchini, I looked up 2 zucchinis, about 66 calories, 1 gram of fat, 12 carbs, 5 grams of protein. On top of it, if I do feel like I'm going to need a little bit more to sustain me, I may throw in some asparagus. So asparagus, maybe 1 cup of asparagus, as read, was about 8 to 10 asparagus. Though that 1 cup of asparagus is 40 calories, 0.5 4 grams of fat, 7.4 grams of carbs, and 4.3 grams of protein. Not supposed to hold you over? Yeah. But if not, maybe at snack time, I'll do like 1 to 2 ounces of cashews. So we'll go in the extreme end where I have 2 ounces of cashews. That's close to like a handful. Cashews, 314 calories for those 2 ounces, 24 grams of fat, 17 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of protein. I like cashews because they're a little bit high in fiber and they have some good fat. It's also high in copper and magnesium. So if you add up all the calories, if you add up the chicken, the veggies, and the maybe snack of cashews, you would end up with a little more than 1,700 calories, 102 grams of fat, roughly 36 grams of carbs, and 192 grams of protein. Some people are very concerned with the macronutrients, your fats, your carbs, your proteins, when they start talking about diet. And that's okay. You're more than welcome to do that. Keep track of all that. For me personally, I just like consuming foods that are good, whole foods that are good for your body. But in terms of like what I'm going to consume in a typical meal, like I've talked about, the 102 grams of fat, the 36 grams of carbs, the 192 grams of protein, that is what's going to work for me. That's what I need to sustain my lifestyle and be as active as I can to keep my goals where I want them to be. Now, the science, the fun stuff. Your metabolism. So your metabolism is the process which your body takes the food, the drinks, those calories into energy that you can use. What you need to do is your resting or kind of your metabolism in your everyday life. For me, it's around 2,500 calories to 3,000 calories. So you got to factor that in. So if your calories that you need to maintain your body weight is 2,500 calories, and I'll use that because that's roughly what mine is. It's slightly a little higher, but we'll use 2,500. So by consuming a little more than 1,700 calories, so we'll round that down so make the math easy. So from 2,500 calories per day is what my body needs to maintain its weight. And if you're only consuming 1,700 calories, that is an 800 calorie difference. So there is your deficit. So each day being 800 calories down adds up. 800, 1,600, 2,400, 3,200, so on and so forth. At that rate, 8, 16, 24, 32. So a little more than 4 days. So it'll take about 4 days to lose a pound. Okay, you can work with that. For that person with a 2,500 calorie diet, again, with that person with a 2,500 calorie diet, that 800 calorie deficit is awesome because you will end up losing a pound, maybe 3 pounds in 2 weeks. Like you're going to slowly take away that weight. And the more you exercise, of course, the more your metabolism increases. Just being more muscular helps your metabolism be a little bit higher. So that's all good to know, right? That's the strength training. Weight training is a good thing. But so for me, I'll talk more about this in my next video, but I've started running more. I've started swimming. I'm trying to burn more calories so that I can really get my weight down. What can you do that you can sustain and make it work? It's a diet because that's short term. If you're going to do it over the long term, that's a lifestyle change. And that's something totally different. But do what makes you able to keep this up. For me, it's not eating a lot in the morning, eating a big meal for dinner time. I will feel a lot better. That's how my body works. It works for me. So with the water, throughout the day, so after I woke up in the morning, I drink 8 to 12 ounces of water. Then during my workout, I'll drink anywhere from 12 to 24 ounces of water. And then from when I'm done working out until I get home from work, that's about 24 ounces of water. So we'll just say 12, 12, 24. So that's 48 ounces of water so far. And then from when I get home to before I go to bed, I'll have an additional 12 to 24 ounces of water. all in all, I get about, we'll just say conservatively, I get about 60 ounces of water. That's how much I drink per day. And that's what helps me feel great. And I said conservatively, 60 ounces is what I have. I, more days than not, have more than 64 ounces. But again, that's what you should consume. You can get that through your food as well. And I don't drink any sugar-free drinks. I don't drink anything else, especially during the cutting phase. Like, the only thing I'm going to drink is water. Hope that helps. And remember, champions are what champions do.